Here we go. 180.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now wins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Devin White in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Agnew now to return. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards, 1st down Atlanta.
Get used to that, folks. The Falcons are going to look number 11's way early and often, and he's onto the stat sheet already on the first play from scrimmage.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Ready, 280. 50 seconds to mine. Gun. Hey, great plan. Gun. Check the backer.
Play action, Ryan. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in here with Michel, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Michel going to try again. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. A first carry now for Kofani Muhammad. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wentz now to throw, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Sony Michel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down, Eagles. Here we go, Pac-Man. 280! 59, Mike to 59. Score, Tokyo! Come get some. Hey, Alpha! Here, want it. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. New draw quarters. 11. Bravo. Get out.
Here's Ryan. He completes it to Evans. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Mike Evans, 81 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll begin the drive with Howard. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally brought down at the 43.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Past the 20. That's caught by Jackson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
46 down, man, 5-4.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun. Wentz trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Marr now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And down inside the 15 he goes. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
First down, Eagles.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
This is Howard on second down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles get a score closer. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And he'll get that to Michelle, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now it's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Marr able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
On the ground, Michel. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What you got? 58. 6-6. Pull it hard.
On second down, Michel. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones as Pro Bowl receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Caught by Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in, Michel. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. The kick by Marr is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
82.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Running with Howard. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw, it's Wentz. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Wentz going to go on 4th down. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Again, it's Michel. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Tuesday.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Airing this one out for Evans. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 30 yards there. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Ryan. Looking end zone for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Check safety. Hey, express.
To throw again, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Wentz completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and get
blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Howard. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now Wentz. Now a and for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And it's Michel once again. He's got a first down past the 30. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Michel. They find some open field here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it? As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week. Boss man. Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? For a lot of coaches, be honest, don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here. Yeah, use that as ammo going forward. Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Watch the screen. Two jet. Check 3. Hey, kill. Hey, 4 Tokyo. Mike, check.
Wentz now to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Falcons, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pull out one foot of set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we
select the team you want to join.
Coming, 'cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life.
Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change,
We gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never